Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Lady Calmere. I welcome you to my channel. Today I am doing my 367th presentation, and it will be on Kali again, but we're going to be talking about a specific form of Kali. We're going to be talking about her Smashan form. Smashan is the cremation ground. Smashana means she of the cremation ground. Kali. So we got Smashana Kali, she of the cremation ground, Kali. So Kali is the feminine form of Kala. Kala is another name for Shiva, meaning that he is dark, that he is time, where Kali is time and she is black. Okay? So Kala is the black, meaning male, and Kali is the black, meaning female. So originally, her form, so she arrives in the area of Bangladesh. And to this day, my friend said a Bangladeshi home is never complete without Kali. Her original form was not gentle, sweet, sugar and spice and everything nice. Her original form was very wild, uh, marginal, more of tribal, and more of not appropriate for more of the civilized part. She wasn't worshipped in a Vaishnavi way where flowers and sweets and fruits. Oh no. The original Kali, even some of her temples were built with skulls, okay? And human skulls. She was offered blood sacrifices. Once in a while, human. That bullshit that the British said and against the thuggies made it seem worse than what it really was. Okay, and we'll get into that if I have time. So originally, she was a rough and tumble collie. She was scary, in your face. She, some people even offered the ultimate sacrifice by slicing their own head off in her temples. Okay, and this practice has been replaced by coconuts, and some people will make the gesture of slicing their own noggin off and giving her a coconut, and it was represent head. She the head. So Kali sacrifices were black goats. They she was given blood sacrifices, and she wasn't so approachable. So I Kali, even in her more nicer form, you can still feel the intensity. Now, there I have certain statues. Each one, as you notice, look at the right foot, it's back. Look at the left foot, it's forward. The left foot is forward. The left foot is forward. Just look at the weapon. It's in her right hand. With the left foot forward and the right foot back. Okay? And the weapon in her right hand represents her more wrathful, sinister, scary form of Smashana Kali. If you are beginning Kali worship and you are timid, and you really want to do Kali worship the Kali that has her right foot out and left foot back because that's her Dakashina Kali. That's the south facing Kali, and still the 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 southern quarter. Okay, and this is in Hinduism. I know it's different from Wicca, but the south is the land of the dead. So it's the kingdom of Yama. Kali, in her Smashana form, she loves the cremation grounds. There are things that a tantric yogi and the goris do that I wouldn't even do. And in this country, it's considered illegal to do too. So, and that means being in a cremation ground here would be a graveyard. Sitting on top of a body, yeah, they do that in India and parts of Bengal and in that area of the world. But there are certain training to do, and you have to be prepared for it mentally, physically, and spiritually to deal with it because you're going to be on a on a corpse, and we're talking human, not something that someone unalive, something that was someone that already passed, and this body is not supposed to be that of a Brahmin. Okay, so there are things that are done, and there are mantras and different mudras made, different meditations. That I was talking to a Punjari one time at the temple and the Divya Dham temple, and he says there are things that he won't even do. This Kali has when the any form of Kali, when the English came, they saw her as a reason that the Indians in India need to be pacified, they need to be controlled, and they need to be converted. And they used her image as propaganda. And the Thuggee, yes, the word that's where you get the word thug from the Thuggee. Yes, they did things. They did all sorts of crimes. I mean, if you look at the name of the Kait Kali, she's a Kali of the Thuggees too, and she's also the Kali of thieves. But people, good-hearted people and law-abiding people in India would also worship her. So go figure. And we see that there are many spirits and deities that work with the unlawful, the bandits and stuff, but also is worshipped and honored by good law-abiding citizens. So Kali is not exclusive just to that. We see her even demonized in the Temple of Doom. So in Indiana Jones, I almost said Pitfall Harry, Indiana Jones movie. And I liked the movie, but some people were really offended by it, where Kali betrays Shiva. Kali does not betray Shiva. And you see that she is on Shiva, but he is, look at this. Here he is sitting up. We're going to get into this too. Here we see he is laying down, but he is blissful. And here his head is a bit she's a bit propped up, but you can see the bliss on his face and you can see him sitting up here. And you can see this monstrous form above her. So Kali, fierce form, her scary form, is to wake you the fuck up. A big splash of cold water on your face when you're sleeping. When you're spiritually asleep and someone throws cold water. That's what it's like. You're sleeping. Let's say you're sleeping and someone throws cold water at you. That's what it is. It's a friggin' splash of wake the fuck up. She just she attacks the enemies, but when we talk about enemies too, we're talking about the enemies in our mind. Sometimes we can be our worst enemies. We can think of the worst case scenarios that's going to happen to us. We can just keep on dwelling on the negativity, on the negative people, on things that hurt us, and things that people say to us, and replay it again and again and again. Especially if you have PTSD, and here comes Kali saying, "The fuck you are." She'll do that to literal enemies and metaphorical enemies. Hi, Lady Boss. Hi. Kali. She wants a blessing from Kali, so let's all give Lady Boss a blessing from Kali. She's sitting there as proud as can be. So she is going to fight the inner enemies and outer enemies. And the enemies can be people, it could be a situation, it could be an environment. Kali is a warrior goddess. Her planetary aspects are Moon and Saturn. And her days of worship is Tuesday as well as Saturday. And both are Tuesdays ruled by Mars and Saturdays ruled by Saturn. Her colors, her main colors are red and black. So I do want to read something, and I rarely read a script, but this is not a script that I wrote for this. This is something I wrote in 2001, and I would like to read it to you. Smashana Kali, why do we need the destroyer? Why do we need an end? Why do we need death? Think to yourself why we need these things: an end of one cycle and a beginning of another, an end to suffering, an end to life as we know it now, and an end to misery of the humdrum of life. Without this end, there would be unending misery. Smashana Kali gives this to us. In this respect, she is our savior. Just think, what would it be like if nothing died? Smashana means she who resides in the cremation grounds. She puts us through initiation from life to death. And when you die on this plane, you are born anew in the next plane. Okay? And it feels like when we are born on this plane, it's like we're gone from the other plane. And I'm just going to emphasize this and put into a new vehicle, our body. And again, this goes on into moksha. But Shmashana is not all about death and destruction. She is about transcending fear as well. Face her in her wrathful aspect. Face Vama. Okay, that's a very scary aspect of her, Vama. She see her as a ghoulish woman who drinks the blood of the dead and demons. See her as unkept wild lady who has a furious disposition and has the power to end it all. And Lady Boss is just relaxing. For you right now, can you see the goddess like this? Are you ready to face her like this? When you see her, do you need to turn away or do you embrace her? But do you know that she is not just part of your macrocosmic world, she is part of your microcosmic world. So macrocosmic means the big, outside the world. And microcosmic means the small cosmic, which is within you. She is fear and the transcending of fear. She also grants boons to those who face the mother in this way. She breaks all man-made moral codes. She is Shakti. Shakti has several meanings. One meaning is power or energy. Can you feel it? the energy of a young child, the energy of lightning, the energy of a waterfall. It is all around us. Shakti is everywhere at once, even in deep space. Another meaning of Shakti is goddess, the goddess as energy, or the goddess as her unmanifest self as well. Shiva even has this Shakti within him. Smashana Kali is also a protector. She can be used for protection. She can be used to chase away the bad spirits. This Kali is fierce to fight ego, evil, and fear. She is the terror to all those who would hurt her beloved ones. Kali can be supreme destruction. She can also be supreme dissolution. But even as ghoulish as she can be, as Smashana Kali is beautiful beyond words. She is the one who ends a life in order to bring new life. Do you still feel her? Do you still fear her? I meant. Is she an image from your nightmares? Can you embrace her? Can you take on her God form? Kali is at once the benign and gentle mother and the fierce and terrible mother, but also she is beneficial in both aspects. She is the holy mother. She is beyond good and bad. Both concepts come from her. So I wrote this to her. And you can use this in your prayer and in your devotion. And just change my name to yours, okay? I'm thirsty. O mother, O destroyer, with tears in my eyes and longing in my heart, I call you mother again and again. Long have I called you, long have I adored you. 1,000 lifetimes in one life. I have called you. Take away my misery, take away my agony. Wipe the tears from my face. Wipe the tears from the face of all your devotees. Come, mother, come and take me in your embrace. As quick as a hawk, swoop down and take me to your place where love is eternal. I, Calamir, await thee, mother. Written by me in 2001, and I published this a long time ago. Maybe you've come across this. Maybe not. But anyways, Kali is fear. She is the fear that takes away the fear. She is terror, but she is the terror to take away the terror. She is the warrior. She is the mother. Kali Ma, like I said, can be the most devastating one to bring destruction, but also bring creation and order. Let's look at why she stands on Lord Shiva. Let's see. And let's the original version of her story of how Shiva had to calm her down. Because just like Sekhmet in Egypt, who could not be calmed down, could not be controlled, could not be told what to do or commanded, had to be pacified. And in Sekhmet's story, they came up with uh, a brew, a beer, colored red, and with okra and I believe even mandrake in it to make her drunk, to calm her down. Because Ra, in his anger, ripped out his third eye and threw it onto the earth because people were not obeying him. They were not following the laws. They were just doing whatever the hell they want. And they were being bad. They were doing horrible things. And so Ra had enough. And Sekhmet kept destroying by day and celebrating her stories at night. So right there we see her as a solar goddess. And she would not listen when Ra told her to listen and stop. She called Ra. She said, people are right about you. You're weak. You're old. You need to be replaced. You know, so yeah, she was insatiable. Kali, who had to take over for the gods because of the demons, the powers they were given. So, and when Durga defeated the demons but could not defeat Raktabija, Kali was created through Durga's anger. And out came Kali, who did what Durga wasn't able to do by drinking the blood. Kali went nuclear. A weapon was released, which was Devi, Durga, and then becomes Kali, or Kali is with Durga. And of course, we had the matrikas on the battles and stuff. And after Kali achieved what she's supposed to do, she was a weapon unleashed. She was wildfire. She was not listening to the gods and the deities praying to her, pleading to her. She was like, God's created, gave the demons these powers. Well, I'm going to destroy everyone and everything, including the gods. Now, the original version was replaced because it wasn't written by a Brahmin, but this was one of the original ones. She was on the battlefield, going stark raving mad, and there Shiva turned himself into an infant. And on the battlefield, amongst all this war and chaos and carnage, was a baby crying. Kali heard it, and she ran towards the infant in a beeline. She picked it up and nursed it, and she transformed into mother. So that version represents coming to Kali as a child with to a mother. But also the child represents innocence, purity, and total trust for to a child, to every infant, mother is goddess. The mother gives birth. The mother would, and back in those days, breastfeed their child. They would nurse their child. Okay? The mother carried her baby for the natural term is 9 months. All right. So she raises and teaches the baby. So how could she not be a goddess? So there is more of the hero ways to come, and here it is. When Kali could not be controlled, Shiva drew himself onto the battlefield, and she steps on Shiva. And here we see her with her right foot on Shiva because she's Smashana in this part. Okay? And she sticks her tongue out. Now, in the Orissa tradition, not Orisha, but Orissa in India, she sticks her tongue out because she has shame. It's called Laja. And when Orissa women would feel uh, embarrassed by something, they would stick their tongue out. It was so she has Laja. There are other meanings. Is that one person said that she puts Shiva underneath her. According to Ram Prasad, Sri Ram Prasad, is that she doesn't step on Shiva. She just steps on a corpse, and when she steps on the corpse, it turns to Shiva. But that's according to the poet Ramprasad, who is a saint, who is intoxicated. He actually lived, and he was intoxicated by his mother Tara and Kali. So Sri Ramprasad. Now, let me throw in something. What if she stepped on Shiva and she became reunited with Shiva? That the two are reunited and that she becomes pacified because these forces become united, where the still becomes united with the active. Where at this point, where she's representing now chaos that brings order, of course, we know that chaos can bring order, is that order and chaos are now as one. The male and female are together, and that she is pacified in a way, that they are reunited in divine bliss, that the one became the two, and now the two has become the one, that Shiva is blissful that he's with the goddess, and that she is blissful that she is with the god. Take it or leave it. But her tongue and everything here. I mean, we call her Kapalini, Kali, and Kapalini meaning that she has the so has a necklace of skulls, but she also read sometimes skulls as it's seen on her, as well as human heads. Now I have and I have both images where she has skulls or as human heads. So the Kapalini is the Kali. Kapalini means Kali who wears the skull, the skull garland. All right. So we have Kali as here she is the goddess of destruction. But what is she destroying? She is look at the matrikas, the little mothers here. Whether it's Sapta matrikas, Ashta matrikas, but there's many matrikas that come to the battle. And she takes away the sins and brings you joy. But you have to be ready to face it, because sometimes calling upon Lakshmi is great, calling upon Sarasvati, and we can appreciate them because they look civilized, they're beautiful, they're easy to accept. But you're here looking at this mother who is everything against conventional society. And if you can love the scary, you can truly love the mother. Her tongue has a meaning. Everything in here has a meaning. So here she has blue skin, but I have like Kali with the black skin. So just pretend this is black. This represents the three gunas, the three world thoughts of tamas, of heaviness, uh, filled with darkness, heaviness, maybe full of karma, and even the Hindus believed in sins, full of that, and uh, more of inertia, stillness. Her tongue is red, which is Rajas, not Raja. That means King. Rajas is red, is dealing with the red, which is passion, emotions, activity, desire. She brings it to her white teeth, which now is Sattva, the white world, which is bliss. It's now you are released from all of this, that you are light, that are at peace. And then she bites and she lets go. Her hair, what's up with that? You see so many of the deities like Sarasvati with their hair done and Lakshmi with their hair done and prim and proper. And Kali is a married woman, so married women would have their hair bound up. Here she lets it down. The only time a married woman, and traditionally a married woman would let their hair down, and we're not talking about in modern times, they would let their hair down when they're having a period, their menstruation. Could Kali be menstruating? Possibly. But she's stepping on her husband. She's menstruating and stepping on her husband. She's doing everything that is unconventional. She is naked. It's not just because she. So that's the thing with her tongue hanging out with Laja. She's naked. She's fighting. She's doing what a male deity was not able to do because they were Chanda Munda was given Chanda Munda was given booms that no male can defeat them. So they didn't think about the female. So it was a female that defeated them. That she is warlike. She's wearing either skulls and arms and or severed heads, and she is naked around a cremation ground, around death. Where is her shame there? Where is her lajja there? The arms represent things that we shouldn't have done. She takes it away. Things that past regrets, past sins, past karma, she takes it from us. The head, she represents, it represents, of course, the Sanskrit letters, 50 heads for 50 letters, but it's supposed to represent also our egos and our stubbornness, and we think we know everything. Our narcissism is taken from us. And here she holds it. And the head is even said to even be blissful, where she lets the blood flee free and she says, let me drink it, let me eat it. She is like, in this way, a sin eater. She's this karmic eater. She'll just eat it. She'll eat all the negativity. She give her your anger, your unrighteous anger. Give her your sadness. Give her all the things that make you uncomfortable. She'll eat it. It's not because she's a vampire. People, oh, she's a vampiric goddess because she drinks blood and she has fangs. She's like, I would say, a sin eater. She eats this and she stands in the cremation grounds. Her hair is wild, and each strand of hair represents freedom that she gives. The naked is shown the whole truth, oh, the whole truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me, Kali. Sometimes she's wearing embryos for earrings, for life that has yet to be born. Kali is serious energy, and in the Mahavijas, and there is the most popular one is the 10 Dasa Mahavijas. There's also the 16 Mahavijas, but either way, she's always the first because she is the further you get away from the first, it's sort of like the further away you get from the truth. She is the truth. She is the first. She is the numero uno. So there's many different forms. You also have the Ashtakali, but you have the Ashta Lakshmi, you'll have the you also have the Nava Durga, so it's not always eight, but then you have the Ashta Bharava. So you're gonna have like eight forms, and it all depends on the traditions you have. Let me show you this book. I have. Whoa! I didn't mean to scare you. I almost fell. I almost fell stepping on your toy, boo. Yes. Trying to find it. Let me reach up. And we got this is really good. The 24 aspects of Mother Kali. And he involves the Mahavijjas. So this is actually a really good book. And if you're really interested in Mother Kali, especially in her more wrathful forms, you gotta stop it, boo. Oh, there is another Kali book, and I can't remember her name. So I can't find it. It's called The Black Goddess of Dakashinaswar by Ushas. Can't remember. But the sword and the flute is Kali and Krishna, dark visions of the terrible and the sublime. In Hindu mythology, Baal Kadmun also has a course on Kali on his courses, occult courses. I think it's www.occultcourses.com. He does. He has a YouTube video on her, and he also wrote about Kali. So check that out. With actual working with her, and he also wrote working with the the Mahavijas. So he has a book on that, but he has a course on Kali. So check that out if you're really interested in learning about Kali. But we're going to continue on about Kali because here she's holding the weapon of Shiva, the Trishul, and she holds this weapon that she uses to chop off the ego, and where she gladly drinks it. And it shows that she is a blood drinker. That is not a bowl of amrita or water. That is bowl of blood. I am trying to find out what. Yeah? Okay, get back. Don't you dare be Godzilla. Okay? So I gotta sit here because I can't go looking for it. But look up the Black Goddess of Dakashinaswar. And Dakashinaswar is a very famous temple that was also one of the aspects, minor aspect of Vishnu, was her priest there. And he was an intoxicated saint. Sri Ramakrishna was his name. And we're not talking about Krishna, we're talking about Sri Ramakrishna. And in which he taught Vivekananda, and which Vivekananda is the one that brought the Kali to the West to help us understand who Kali is, and that she's not just this to just bring Indian to yoga, Hinduism, and Kali, especially the goddess mother, to the West. Now the Thuggies had a certain mantra, Jai Shakti Mukti Kalima, which you can still use. It means Jai, victory, Shakti, the energy, the goddess, the power. Mukti, perfect. Kalima, Jai Shakti Mukti Kalima. Kali can be used as a mantra herself to just go Kali, 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 Kali. Kali is an extreme form of Shakti. She makes her home with the jackals. That and sometimes you'll see jackals around her, and snakes, venomous snakes around her, twirling around her ankles. You are not breaking it. So she could be seen with four or more arms. But even as Mahakali with the 10 heads to represent the 10 directions, also the 10 Mahavijas and completion, sometimes you may see her with the right foot forward. Then you know she's more approachable. But with the left foot, that means she's more extreme. And I have images of both. I have murtis of both. Murti means living I living image of the goddess, not just a statue. It all sometimes I get offended when you say statue. You should say murti. And here we do sometimes see jewelry with her royalty, the crown here. Here she doesn't wear a crown, but here she does. She has three eyes, past, present, and future. And here is the mark that she is married, the Bindu. She has different yantras describing her, whether she is a Mahavija or not. The Mahavija has blue in it, the other one does not. And so I just want to stay more onto the ferocious Smashana part. So she is, she can quicken karma. She can get you through things. And one thing I will say is that a great time to worship Kali is the dark of the moon, which you'll see on the calendar says new moon when the moon has no light, especially when it falls on Tuesday. And she's also, Diwali is also not only the festival of lights and the new year, is also Kali Puja. So one can face her facing north, facing south, though sometimes even people say facing east aligns yourself with more positive energy, and this facilitates growth. Kali, with her some of her forms like Smashana, she can bring the wild dead with her. She can bring the spirits and the ghosts, and she can contain them. She can exorcise them. She can punish them. She can go after literal demons and our inner demons. And that demon can be, say, you're an alcoholic. Your demon is now the alcohol. You're an addict. Your demon is these substances that are making you sick. Maybe you are addicted to things like gambling. Now your demon is gambling. And of course, get help for it. Seek help for it. But your demon could be wrath. Your demon could be sloth. Your demon could be gluttony. And she can help you face it. Oh, Smashana is a very volatile force. And even this cloth has her as Smashana, as you can see. The left foot is out. The right foot is on the heart of Shiva. And you see it's placed on his heart area, nowhere else. Kali, even in her temples from way back when it was big, when the Kali temples were being built, people would dance to her and ecstatic, and they would do they would do other things, bloodletting. Well, I be careful with that, please, because that could be very dangerous. But you don't need to sacrifice animals to her. I've been to the Divya Dam temple, and they have a Mahakali there. And you go into the temple, you'll find a Kali in what they have as a cave, and there would be Mahas Sarvati, Mahalakshmi, and then Mahakali, and they offer her fruits, coconut dips. They'll offer her incense, and they'll dress her because they want to preserve her dignity. So they will dress the mother, and they will change this mother, and they will worship her, and so it's a whole big it's mantras and songs to her. Home Kali, and you'll notice that the heads are all male, a feminine force here, and she's used by also by gay women and by feminists, saying that she destroys the patriarchal damage, and therefore she brings balance. Her chaos, her wildness eventually comes to a standstill. And one of the things I like to do sometimes is I lay down and I become her Shiva. And that's kind of intense. I'm trying to find, it was my favorite book on Kali, and I can't remember the last name, but it's called The Black Goddess of Dakashinaswar. But again, I like her. I love Kali in all her forms, but I especially have always been drawn to her most ferocious forms. Found it, her most ferocious and vicious forms. And I had to replace this book many times because I read it to the pages. Elizabeth U. Harding. I thought it was Usha, sorry. Elizabeth Ushas Harding. That her U was Ushas. That's why I said Ushas. Kali, the black goddess of Dakashinasvar. And they show a picture of Sri Ramakrishna. And I do have the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. I really do. And I do recommend that. Um, just trying to find a picture of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna Math is this whole thing. Oh, I found a picture of Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda. He was Sri Ramakrishna's foremost disciple, an Indian national hero. So I'll just read it. Sri Vivekananda brought the ancient teachings of Vedanta to the West when he attended the Parliament of Religions in Chicago in 1893. Outwardly, he taught non-dual Vedanta, but in his heart, he was the son of Ma Kali. And I'm looking for picture of Sri Ramakrishna, who was her devoted saint. and he found Kali everywhere. Rani Rasmani, a liberal, devout, and wealthy woman who built the Dakashinaswar Kali temple, which is a very popular Kali temple, and that's where Sri Ramakrishna was Punjari at, and his wife Sri Sarada Devi, and they were chaste with each other. They he they never consummated their marriage. Here is a rare photo of the goddess Kali taken in evening after Arati or Arati, but it's also pronounced Arati. And here you see her without flowers. That's the image there, the Black Mother. And Kali, I'll tell you, in her more violent form, she don't play. She don't play with others. So just remember that. I mean, what I mean is, she'll bite, she'll scratch, she'll destroy. But come to her with a with love and honor. Here she is, Smashana Kali. And for the life of me, I can't find a picture of Sri Ramakrishna Ma, which can't find it. I have it somewhere, hopefully. I should have it here. And I feel like I did a world of disservice by not having this book out. But I usually don't use books, so or even my own writing. But today I did because I was having because I've done so much on. Here he is, ta-da! Sri Ramakrishna's Kali's god, intoxicated saint of Dakashinaswar. So she will destroy obstacles. She will destroy things in your way. She will remove them with such swiftness, and she can be very quick about it. So she is very intense. So if you're new to Mother and you don't feel so close, and you don't feel so close to her more violent dark form, you can go to her Dakashinaswar, or you can go to her more approachable forms and pray to her. So Jai Ma Kali, blessed is her name. I love Kali. Kali is within me. I am with Kali. My eyes are with Kali, my nose is with Kali, my ears are with Kali, my mind is with Kali, my face is with Kali, my mouth is with Kali, my voice is with Kali, and she's with me. We are together. Kali is in me. Kali lives in my heart. Kali's home is within me. And let my heart be a shmashan for her. Let my heart be a temple for her. Let my heart be her, and let Shiva, and let her live in my heart. Jai Ma Kali, Jai Ma Kali, Jai Ma Kali Jaya. Thank you for being here. And as always, blessed be.